welcome back to RDU for the inaugural flight of Avelo Airlines from RDU to New Haven Tweed Airport. Side from RDU International Airport for our first trip today. We're flying with Avelo on their new service from RDU to New Haven. Flight number for today is XP478. This is one of the new low-cost carriers, I think. Today's seat we're going to be in C7A, and I have good looks for them so far. Had to call them earlier about the check bag. That went very well. They're very professional, very kind. But got through their check-in process really easy. Got in, bag got dropped off, paid any extra fees I had left over. And TSA was pretty simple. A little long line today, but that is how it is in the mornings. It's currently 6:17, so we still have about an hour and 30 minutes till boarding time starts, but we'll see if we can find the party, and we'll go from there. So here's our gate for the day, Charlie 7 or C7, but Alaska's currently using it for their backup flight to Seattle in the mornings. So I decided to go get some breakfast for now from the corner store over there. Apples, cheese, some ginger ale, good stuff for flights. So we'll see what happens once Alaska pushes back and gets out of here. Just like that, they began setting up the table. So I'll give them a minute. You know, there's no need to rush. The plane's not even here yet, and they just are about to close the boarding doors for Alaska, so that's kind of cool. Still not quite done with my snacks anyway. So it's currently 6:56, so the plane's currently in the air. Left New Haven, should be here a little after 7:30, so we'll see what happens.
We will board today's flight by the group number located on your boarding pass.
Oh, got the Haven sticker,
Our
sweet.
boarding sequence will begin with the customers that require additional assistance, followed by customers who purchase priority boarding. Families traveling with children under 2 and active duty military people will follow. We ask that all customers remain seated until your group number is called. If you are traveling with a companion in a different group, you may board together or in the later group. If you are in group,
See if you can put that to me.
Thank you. With this plane being a former Southwest aircraft, they still have their signature blue seats, which are very comfortable. One change they did make, though, is that the recline button no longer works. You have your safety card in the literature pouch, and a tray table that can be moved back and forth.
My name is Hal. I'm the captain up here, along with Doug. We'll be flying you back to New Haven at about 33,000 feet. short flight. It's an hour and 12 minutes back. Pretty nice weather conditions today in New Haven. Light winds from the east and currently 59 degrees. Clear skies.
Oh, I should have brought my jacket. I left it in the car. I thought, oh, I don't need it. Well,
Looks like we're going to have an early push out of here and an early arrival back there. I will give you an update as we get closer to Tweed, New Haven. We appreciate you coming with us. Welcome aboard.
After our captain's welcome, we'll be pushing back and begin our taxi for our takeoff on runway 5 left. After crossing 10,000 feet, we got a bottle of water, but not much else in the way of snacks. Honestly though, snacks aren't really required on flights about an hour in length, so it was just fine. The real reason I took this flight hit me as we passed this traffic as we're seeing now. The traffic into the JFK, LaGuardia, Newark airspace is pretty heavy and can sometimes lengthen times of your flights. And by flying into New Haven, we actually might end up shaving time off depending on how quick your connection may be to things like Metro North or Amtrak in New Haven. Personally though, I'm never in much rush, and I was just glad to be able to visit family in New York for the first time in a long time. Finally, we begin our approach into New Haven, crossing Long Island and onto the Connecticut coast. The flight overall was very smooth and very fun, and I probably would end up flying them again, as the cost was a lot cheaper than flying directly to LaGuardia at the time. Even after factoring in the extra expenses like picked seats and checked baggage, or even taking Amtrak, which was the expensive option, it would still cost less overall at these current prices to fly Avelo from RDU to New Haven, and then connect in using public transit and the commuter system to get into New York City. My personal opinion is this: if you have the time, flying Avelo to New Haven might actually be the better option to get to places like New York City or maybe even Boston. Here is now our final approach on short final for runway 20 at New Haven Tweed. New Haven Tweed Airport. We made it safely with Avelo down, well up actually, from RDU. Flight was normal, nothing to really report otherwise. Friendly staff, just a bottle of water on the flight today. Smooth skies, was really nice. So nothing to complain about. Probably fly them again, maybe once or twice. Just gotta find a way to connect into downtown New Haven so I can catch the Acela later. But I got plenty of time for this layover, and I'll see what happens along with the rest of the day. Have a good one. To get to the Amtrak station, I took their bus from the airport, which leads to a square in town. There's a free shuttle to connect you to Amtrak or Metro North. And after that flight, Welcome aboard Acela, Amtrak's first class service. Amtrak's first class seats all come with power outlets and have a pull-up tray table, which is shown here. It is quite massive but can only be used for eating or working, not both. Here's their menu for their first class service, which has breakfast and lunch options. On the back, you'll find their drink menu. Shortly after boarding, I was given a bowl of nuts, followed by picking out their cheese and fruit tray. The dessert they had on offer today was only a cookie. Despite all of this, Acela's actually was a very fast way to get from New Haven to New York, taking a little over an hour and a half. While flying directly may be a time saving and sure, probably be worth the extra cost of flying direct, I personally enjoy taking the longer journey, as it's not about rushing through life, but enjoying the time you have. And as we pass Sunnyside Yard into New York City, our ride with Acela comes to an end. While the trip ends here, there is one more perk with Acela First Class. All first class ticket holders are allowed to go to Monahan Train Hall's new lounge upstairs. The Metropolitan Lounge features great seating arrangements, free snacks, and bag storage for those in sleeper accommodations or first class services with Acela. While this isn't a comprehensive look at the lounge, I do recommend it if you have the time. Thanks for watching, and see you in another video shortly.